Hey guys, Omar here, and today we are going to talk about Magmod. Magmod is the flash system which allows you to mod your flashes by, oh man, that's a strong magnet, attaching grids, attaching domes, and attaching gels. I thought I'd make a video because I've been using it for a little while. Some things you have to keep in mind before you invest in the Magmod system. Now, of course, everything we say in this video just goes for me and how I shoot. You have to apply what we're talking about today on your situation. So some things may work better for you and some things I mention may not pertain to you. So keep that in mind. All right, let's start with the first thing I purchased, which is the Magmod Basic Kit. This is $89 and it comes with the Mag Grip, which is the very powerful magnet rubber piece that goes on top of your flash. It comes with a mag grid, which allows you to grid your light. And it also comes with a mag, is this like called a gel holder? What is this called? And it also comes with a mag gel, which is what they call their gel holder. And what you do is you take one of the, it comes with a couple of gels as well. And you actually can put the gel in the little creases that are in here. And that lets you quickly, gosh, it lets you, come on, gel holder. It allows you to gel your flash quickly. And that is the basic kit. Now, the biggest positive of this whole system is that things are quick. If you need to change things out, you can put this on here and you can, as long as there aren't any other, you can add a grid on there. You can add, come on. You gotta try to keep the stuff separate. And you can add a dome on there to soften the light a little bit. And the magnets, they're pretty strong. You can, here I have a gel, a grid, and this mag sphere on there. And you really, come back. Maybe that was a little too harsh. Here we go. It doesn't easily fall, okay? And especially if you have just one of them on there, like for example, the grid and the dome, it's not going anywhere. So that's one of the biggest positives. Even if you knock it, look, what's up, what's up? Now, Magmod also sells a variety of kits, and that brings us to things to keep in mind, number one. Number one, they don't bundle the kits conveniently where you just need to buy one thing. The basic kit is great just for one flash. But if you're looking into the system, you're probably like an event photographer or a run and gun portrait photographer, and you probably need at least 2 lights. So that means that if you need additional gels to double up on gels or to triple up on gels, you're gonna have to buy different or multiple of the same thing. So I had to buy 2 Magmod basic kits so that I could get 2 of the mag grips, so I could put on 2 of my flashes. And then I bought a single Magmod grip so that I could put it on a 3rd flash. Let's just say they don't have a 3 speed light kit at a reduced price. All right, the second thing to keep in mind is make sure that the Magmod system fits your style. Magmod sells the system for run and gun. You just wanna throw either a grid on there really quickly, you wanna throw the dome in, come on! You wanna throw the dome on there a little quicker, but a lot of the light that comes from these small modifiers is pretty harsh. It doesn't matter if you dome it, it's still a tiny light. So it's always great to turn your subject's face towards the light so you don't get any harsh shadows. So don't expect to get gorgeous light out of this little mag sphere. It's more designed to be a quick fix and to soften the light just a little bit. Now personally, I like softer light. I like larger modifiers that give nice painterly light. So the Magmod system as a main light doesn't work for me that way. But it does work as, hair lights and rim lights. And if I'm gonna light the background, I like to grid, make a little halo in the back. And even on Magmod's website and their videos, these guys are great for creating silhouettes. So if you put your couple, you put this light behind them, maybe put a colored gel on there, you get some really cool effects. All right, the third thing to keep in mind is that the magnets on here are pretty heavy. So putting on this mag grip really makes your flash top heavy. Now, it really isn't an issue if you're like, putting one grid on there, you have your light on the back, it's no biggie. However, it does create bulk on the ends, and so putting it in a bag sometimes or stacking your flashes if you're used to like a very sleek kit, your flashes all of a sudden are a little bigger sometimes for the compartments in your bag. So keep that in mind. Now, if you add a grid and you add the dome on top, that really makes it very top heavy. This could be a problem if you like to shoot over crowds or handheld with your modifier like this. You know, your flash can't stay up like this. Okay, next thing to keep in mind. Indoors, I like to use modifiers that use this S bracket. Now this is an older S bracket, which has a smaller opening here. And if you have the mag system on there, they don't fit into the S bracket. So if you have an older S bracket that doesn't open up as much, you can't really use the Magmod system conveniently. You'd have to take the mag grip off, put your flash in, screw it down, and then again, put the mag grip on there if you're using a larger softbox. So keep that in mind if you have these older S brackets. Next. Keep in mind, if you're investing in more round head flashes, the Magmod system will work. Here we go again with this thing. Oh, stretch it. It will work. So let me show you that. Come on, buddy. You could do it. You'll need a little butter, though. A little butter works. Don't put butter on your flashes, people. There, you see it does work. So the grid will work on the round flash. Again, it adds more bulk to an already bulky flash. These round head speed lights are already bulkier than the Fresnel head ones. Okay, the next one's kind of comical. These magnets are so strong that you start to like, you'll come up to your Magmod and you'll have all these things attached to it. I'll have paper clips attached to it. So depending on how messy your desk is and your work area, I mean, they will attach to each other like this, you know? Look at this. Look at this. I always find like I'm pulling stuff off them. So the magnets need to be strong to hold a lot of this stuff on there, but they're so strong that things are always clinging onto these magnets. So keep that in mind. Now, one thing to keep in mind when we're talking about gels. So the gel holder is pretty convenient. You can actually, I lost the grippy on this. Number one, you need the gel holder. Now that's all fine and dandy if you have the correct gel in there. You just grab your gel holder, slap it onto the magnet, and you're ready to go. However, if you need to change out the gel on the fly, you have to remove it from the holder, and then you have to sort of finagle it in the holder. That says, oh, it's not in. There's like a little channel inside this holder that you need to put a new gel in, and then you can slap it on. So keep in mind that if your gel is ready to go, the system is quick. If your gel needs to be changed out, it's not as quick as using some other gel systems, which I'll show you in a second. Now, another biggie with the gels. In my testing, the CTO gels give off a red hue. I didn't know what was happening at first, but I did a couple of shoots where my subjects were completely red, and I didn't know what was going on until it happened the second time. I tested out the CTO of the Magmod system, and sadly, the Magmod ones always gave me a red hue. So keep that in mind. Luckily, when I do my shoots, I always take a picture of a color checker passport, and so I was able to color correct my images. So keep that in mind that the CTO gel may give you strange results compared to what you're used to. It would have been nice to see the gels themselves be magnetic and you wouldn't need this holder. So look at this, look guys. It would have been nice to see the gels themselves have magnets so you can slap them on, but I'm assuming that would have been very costly for them to do, so they make the mag holder. Also, what's annoying is if you want a lot of pre-prepared gels, colored ones, CTO ones, without changing them out here, you have to buy more of these gel holders, and that starts to get a little costly. Now, the mag sphere itself has a little, like, the channel in there, so you can actually put gels inside this sphere, okay? Next, keep in mind that the mag sphere gets a little grimy. It kind of gets a little staticky, I guess, so it picks up dust, and it picks up hairs, and it's got this, like, weird fuzzy feeling to it after a while. So keep in mind that that may occur. Something else to keep in mind with silicone, I've had silicone like scuba masks, and over time they start to yellow. And I've noticed like a little bit of yellowing near the magnet, but this could change the color of your light that comes from the mag sphere. So that maybe that's something to keep in mind if you've had it for a while. All right, and the next thing is to keep in mind that you're buying into a system. And if you buy into the system, a lot of times it's hard to break out of it or to adapt on the fly. Let me explain. Now, obviously companies want you to be in their system so they can provide you different kits. If you need more gels, you buy gels from them. You don't buy your own or make your own gels. So we completely understand it. I do not like to be part of a system. And that's what I found about using Magmod for a little while is if you get more lights or if you have different lights or if you want to use a certain gel that you don't have enough of, you have to buy a whole new kit. You can't just go and buy one Magmod CTO, full CTO if you need that for a job. Magmod is right in their advertising that Velcro is a pain. However, I prefer, I don't use this by the way, the strap, these are a pain. They're completely right about that. However, I instead put little Velcro, you can buy these little Velcro stickies, and these little Velcro stickies on the flash, watch, you don't need magnets, done. Let me show you that again. Ready? Done. I've even made my own. This one's, you know, been through a lot. And I put my own Velcro on there. And what's great about this is very cost effective. You can buy a big sheet of, that's noisy. Personally, I found that, you know, diving into the Magmod system wasn't really for me. It could be for you, but keep in mind that you are part of a system. If you're happy being in that system, then man, go for it. That's totally for you. I've realized that I prefer not being in a system where I can sort of MacGyver if something doesn't go right, or if I forget like a certain mount, like if you maybe don't have one of these magnetic mounts with you, these Velcro little pieces are always on my flash and I can always put them on there. If I have a flash that doesn't have the little Velcro glued on there, I carry a bunch of these straps in my bag and I can always, you know, put a strap around there, and this thing is super cheap. The best thing about not being part of a system is you can create your own flash gels, whatever you use the most of. I've made my own gels. I've got color gels. Here's one that I've made, one of my early ones. Look how terrible this is, guys. But watch. Oh, look how fast that was. You like? Now keep in mind that the Magmod system works great with Fresnel and flat and even round flash heads, but if you have a multitude of lights, like for example this AD600, I also change out the bulb of this AD200 to the bare bulb sometimes if I'm filling up a big umbrella, then the Magmod system won't work for those. So personally, I prefer to stick to I make my own flash gels. Because, for example, I cut this guy out myself using scissors. And just with a rubber band, I can sort of, you know, gel this AD600. What about gridding? So gridding is kind of a pain. The first grid I had was one of these cheapy Velcro Hanel mothers. This was pretty terrible. The Velcro on the side comes off, not so great. So I found that the Rogue grid, not sponsored by Rogue, don't get all excited, Magmod fanboys. I found that the Rogue grid is not as convenient as slapping on these magnetic things, but you can put it on your AD200 over a grid, just like that. It's gridded up, it's totally ready to go. If I need to change the gel or it didn't work out, okay, that's fine. I just grab a different one. How about you? You put you on there, and yes, you have to finagle. This is how long it takes. Takes a little long. You put the strap on. Yes, it's Velcro, but that's it. Okay, so this is not buying. Are you buying into a system if you buy Rogue? Yes, however, it's a lot cheaper. Now, by the way, speaking of Rogue, they also make gels. They look like this, and these are pretty terrible. These you need, actually the gels themselves are wonderful. The Rogue gels themselves are wonderful, but attaching them, you need a rubber band to put, get out of here. These attach with a rubber band, so you put on top and then you get an elastic band, but I find that they don't have such great coverage and they slip out of the rubber bands. They're not easy to put on, so this system I don't like. Now, as far as the MagSphere goes, as a light softening device, it's just too small. You're gonna get harsh light with this unless you bounce it completely off a wall. And at that point, you might as well, you know, use your flash. You could bounce the entire flash off the wall. So I prefer, when I shoot my event photographs, I use a Rogue flash bender. The reasons I prefer the Rogue flash bender are because it is a little bit of a larger light. So if you are close to your subjects, you get less of a harsh shadow than this guy. Also, when the flash goes off and there's people behind you, the Rogue Flash Bender, they don't see it. With the dome, everyone sees the flash all the way around. Personally, it didn't work for me. It was too bulky. I didn't like buying into a system where I had to buy multiple kits to get what I needed. And also, I like the versatility of making and MacGyvering my own flash accessories and gels. However, if you like the magnet system and you'll probably be using small flashes anyway because maybe it's windy or you want to move around really quickly, the Magmod system may be for you. All right, let me know if you have any questions and I'll see you guys next time. We can do this.